Hello, hello everyone. Good evening. How are you all doing? Good evening, good evening, good evening. You're all welcome. Hello. Hi. Okay. Please, can we take out some few minutes to get to know ourselves? Thank you all so much for creating time to be here. I don't take it for granted. Thank you so much for leaving everything else to be here. It couldn't have been easy. So thank you. So please tell me your name and where you're watching this webinar from. Let's quickly do that. Your name, where you're watching the webinar from. Okay. Hello, Martins. Where are you from? Okay. Ishaya from Kaduna. You're welcome. You are welcome. Okay. Oladoja from Ibadan. Welcome. Jolly Johnson from Benue State. You are highly welcome. Okay. Idris from Abuja. How is the weather in Abuja today? How you guys doing? Okay, the messages are going so fast. I will have to scroll up to respond to as much as I can. I might not be able to respond to everyone. Please don't be offended. Let's see. Okay. Abidemi from Ibeju. Is it Ibeju? Yes, Ibeju Ode. Oh, okay. Ijebu. I'm sorry, Ijebu Ode. Okay, Adetola from Ogun State. You're welcome. Nice to have you here. Chineye from Ogun State as well. Wow, a lot of Ogun State people here. Welcome. In my place, we'll say at this point now, we'll say Ogun State, oh yeah, you are dominating the chat right now. Okay, Martin says it's from Kwara State. You're very welcome. Okay. Purity, watching from Port Harcourt. Yeah, me and you both. Me and you both. Moses from Enugu, Raphael from Kwara as well. Ah, okay. Let's know which state is dominating here. Christopher from Abia State. You're welcome. You're all welcome. Dominic from, oh, okay, his name is Dominic Columbus. You are highly welcome. Highly welcome. Raji from Ogun State as well. Jimo from Oshogbo. Stan from Badagry. Badagry is in Lagos, right? Yeah. Chris from Abuja. Madam Peace from On Nature. You are all welcome. So welcome. Fidelis Thomas, you're watching from Kafanchan, Kaduna. You are so welcome. Abdul from Wari, Godfrey from Onitsha. Okay, I think that's as best I can take right now, so we don't take all of our time introducing ourselves. But please, don't fail to drop your name. Okay, you know this particular session is something we're going to have right now, and you can come back to as many times as you want. Okay, and even in future others will come as well. Let it be on record that you were here. Okay, so please drop in your name and your location. All right. Okay, so now that we are done with all of that, don't worry, you get to know me. For me to have known you, you will get to know me as well. All right. I'm so happy to have you all here. If you know of anybody, your family members, your friends, your loved ones that have interest in snail farming, this is the time to invite them. All right. For those of you in the group, we already dropped the link to this webinar, so you can share it with people. Share it to as much people as you have in your life that are interested in snail farming, so they can come and hear firsthand what we're about to do here. All right. Okay, so we're going to be spending about 30-40 minutes together today. All right. And I'm going to be sharing some slides with you. So before we do that, let me quickly share my slide with you. 1 minute, please. All right. Please let me know when you've started seeing my slide. Okay. Before I even go to the slide, please, I need you to know that if at any point in time you stop hearing me, kindly type in the comment section. Okay. This is a webinar like never before. Well, I'm not just going to be talking. You are also going to be talking. All right. Bayo from Just, you're welcome. Okay. You're also going to be talking, meaning I talk, you talk. Okay. We're going to be doing call and response as well. So the comment section is your friend. Okay. You tell me when you're not hearing me. You tell me if you're no longer seeing my slide or you're no longer seeing me. All right. And then when I ask questions, please endeavor to respond. Okay. Like I said, the comment section is your friend. That's how me and you are gonna communicate. All right. Ayomide from Ondo, you are welcome. So let's dive right into the slides. Let me share my screen with you all. All right. Please let me know when you started seeing my slide. All right. Can you see my slide fully? Oh, beautiful. 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 All right. So you're already seeing it on the screen. All right. We're going to be learning how you can start making a minimum of 500,000 naira from snail farming. Okay. I know you've heard a lot from people. You know, when people are talking about businesses that can fetch you this kind of money, most persons are tilting towards working remote jobs or selling things online or how do I say it, internet business, right? So you hear people make 500K monthly, make this monthly. You're always hearing about um online jobs. Okay. But today we're talking about farming, which is one of the oldest and most ancient business in the world, because farming is one thing that sustains all of us. Farming can never ever go out of fashion. Okay, it doesn't follow trends, it doesn't follow in fact, it's not affected by the economy to a large extent. Okay, because whether you like it or you like it, we must eat. What if the economy, like, let it be tumbling upside down, we will still eat. And food comes from farmers. All right, so when you think of a business to get into, farming should be one of the major things you think of, because that is one thing that can never ever stop to exist, no matter what happens in the world. All right, so I present to you snail farming. Okay. Now, if you're here, chances are that you are one of the set of persons that have decided to take action by making money from snail farming. All right. And that tells me a lot about you. It means you are a very serious person. All right. And you're determined, because in a world and age where distractions are everywhere, you can be on the internet and before you know it, boom, somebody will just dance on your screen and you have forgotten what even brought you to the internet in the first place. So in this kind of situation, and then you have made up your mind to be here, you tell yourself that no matter what, I will be in this meeting. It tells me a lot about you. It means you are serious. It means you want to get started. All right. And you are in the right place. Trust me, you are in the right place. So before we continue, I have one question for you. One. Like I stated before, the comment section is your friend. All right. That is how me and you are gonna be communicating. All right. So why do you want to go into snail farming? Quickly, please let me know in the chat box. Let me know why you want to go into snail farming. Whatever your reason is. Okay. Don't think it is not reason enough. Whatever your reason is, let me know. Why do you want to go into snail farming? Someone said I should enlarge it a little. Oh, when you say enlarge it, you mean you're not seeing my screen? Is that what it means? Because I'm sure the screen is bright enough. Okay, responses have started coming. Okay, passion and financial breakthrough. Okay, to get financial strength. Okay, snail farming as a business venture. I want to make profit. I just have passion for it. Okay, as additional income. Beautiful. To make additional income, yeah, to secure the future economic wise. Oh, that's beautiful. To make money, to consume and make a living out of it. Beautiful. Beautiful. Trust me, when you start snail farming, give yourself like 2 3 years, you get tired of eating snails. I used to be a die-hard snail eater. I still eat snail till now, don't get me wrong, but you see that, when you have access to something all the time, it will no longer be a flex to be eating it at all at all times. So you will get to that. You will get to that. To improve my economy, all right. A sustainable livelihood, another source of income, to make money, of course. Beautiful. I naturally love snail meat. We are friends. We are friends. Okay, I want to make money. I just have interest in it. Oh, beautiful. Like, I might not be able to read all of the responses, right? But trust me, your response, your answer is valid. Okay, your answer is valid because of financial freedom. Okay, it's very lucrative. Beautiful. Beautiful. It means, now see, there's one thing all of these answers is telling me. It means 99.9% of you already know that snail farming is a profitable venture, right? Am I right? Am I right? Please respond in the comment section. Am I right? Somebody says, I want to create a side hustle by making more. Good, good, good. You're very correct. Now, there was a time I started I started snail farming roughly around 9 years ago, right? I'm going to introduce myself properly, okay, as we go on. I started snail farming around 9 years ago. Don't let this casual face fool you. I'm not a Gen Z. I'm not a Gen Z. If you see my children, you'll be shocked. I don't worry, I'll talk more about them. I have a 22-year-old daughter, so I'm not a child. I've been into this business for about 9 years now, and I came into the online space roughly about 5 years ago. Okay, and trust me, that is like the best decision I have made for my business. I used to sell offline. Yeah, selling snails offline wasn't really um hectic as selling online, but things are getting easier by the day. All right. So, as I was saying, these answers tells me a lot. It means so many persons know that this is a profitable business venture. All right. And over the years, I've seen a lot of persons go into this business. And trust me, when I tell you that so many of us, or so many persons, I'm not included, so many persons go into snail farming for the wrong reasons. Majority of the times, for the wrongest of reasons. Let me ask you all a question. The particular job you're doing right now, or the particular business that you're into right now, how many of you went into it because you have love for it? Simply because you love it. Like I said, here we deal with honest answers only. Okay? The particular job you're doing right now, the particular business you're doing right now that is fetching you money, was it because you have passion for it that you went into it? Or it was for something else? And if it was for something else, please let me know. How many of you are doing a business or working because you have, simply because you have passion for it? Somebody says no. You went into it because of money. I have passion for it. No, my question is, did you go into it because you have passion for it? Beautiful. I'm into it to make money. Yes, I have passion for it, for my current job. Good. That's beautiful. Yes, it was passion and money. Good. 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 Oh, somebody says I'm a farmer. That's beautiful. That is beautiful. Now, this your answers. Trust me, the reason why I ask for these answers is because it gives me a lot of idea as to the set of persons that I am talking to right now. Now, these answers let me know that a majority of us did not just jump into a particular business simply because we have passion for it, right? I go for an interview, right? Let's say I went to 3 different interviews using this our current economy as a yardstick. One of the company is willing to pay me 800,000 naira per month. The other company is willing to pay me 500,000 per month, and the other is willing to pay me 250,000 per month. 90% of us will go for the one that will pay us 800,000 per month, so long as all 3 of them are legit. We are all legit business people here, right? So long as all 3 of them are legit, all right? All 3 of them, in fact, let me even to cap it all up, all 3 of them are in the same industry, all right? Or even different industries. But trust me, 90% of us, if not more, will go for the one that will pay us 800,000 naira as against the one that will pay either 500 or 250. Why? Because at the core of our being, it's mostly about what we make out of what we want to do. Okay? Yes, you love what you do in the long run. All right? In fact, pay me 3 million naira monthly to come and be typing. I'm not a typing person, all right? I'm not the type that likes to type. Those of you who have chatted with me on WhatsApp, you will know I prefer voice notes, okay? I'm able to express myself better when I use voice notes. But pay me 3 million naira monthly. to tell me to be typing. I will be the best typer in the world. I'll be the best typist in the world. Can anyone agree with me? Can anybody agree with me? I will type like no man's business. In fact, you will not even know that typing was not something I was used to. All right. I'm going to tell you a little about my story. Okay. And you will know why I said what I said. Yes, exactly. All of you can agree with me. Okay. So I will learn to love it because I'm getting what I want from it. All right. So long as it's not illegal, so long as it's not against my health, so long as it's not against my faith, I will learn to love it. So I'm now surprised when it comes to snail farming. A lot of persons want to, not a lot actually. Some persons will tell me, I just have passion for it. While that is not bad in itself, you don't just go into a business simply because you have passion for it. Will this business give you the money that you're looking for? Because you see, this whole idea of I can multitask, it's not really a good thing, especially for my fellow women. I can multitask is not, it's not really a good thing because it makes you underproductive, because no human being can share him or herself into two or three different equal parts and still be very good at them. Yes, we are doing a lot, especially we as Africans. In fact, boil it down to Nigeria. There's a cousin of mine in Russia. He says, he told me something. He said that when Nigerians come out of Nigeria to other countries, even if they were failing, even if they were not doing so well academically in Nigeria, when they come out here, they start getting A's. You know why? Nigeria conditions you so much so that it is so difficult for you to be passing all the time. But in other countries, it's not that so. It's not like that. All right? It's not always like that. Imagine as an adult in a college or a university, you write an exam and then you are given an extra time because you simply said you were not feeling yourself during the exam. All right, and then the teacher says, oh, that's fine, please come and sit beside me and write again. In Nigeria, who would do that with you? Time is up, time is up. If you like, if you like, write one. If you like, you've not written anything, time is up, time is up. Like, we are living in a very harsh condition that anybody who is surviving in Nigeria will thrive anywhere else. All right. So back to what we were talking about. You don't just go into a business because you have passion for it, especially in this part of the world. We go into it because we want to get something out of it, especially with this economy. One cannot just live with one source of income anymore. So you see this idea of I want to go into snail farming simply because I have passion for it. Please, let's kill it here and now, because that is the first step to you making money from snail farming. The very first step. Okay, that's the first step you need to take for you to start making money from snail farming business. All right. Now, every one of us know that snail farming is a slow business. Okay, it takes time for your snails to grow because, as the name implies, snails are quite slow in everything they do. All right, so it takes time for them to grow. It takes time for them to for you to start making money from snail business. So this whole process has kept a lot of persons under lock and key. I know of some persons who have been into snail farming for up to 2 years and they have not made a dime. That's not ideal for me. Okay, that is not ideal for me. So I came up with a new and brand way of you making money from snail farming without waiting for that long. Okay, before now you need to wait for 1 year 6 months, which is 18 months, for your snails to grow from juvenile stage to jumbo size for you to sell and make profit. But we're not doing that anymore. Okay, gone are those days. We cannot be doing such uh crawling pattern of business when the economy is not crawling with us. You go to the market today, you are buying a pack of sugar for 200 naira. You go to the market next tomorrow and you're buying that same pack of sugar for 350, almost double the price in less than a week. And this is the reality of where we are right now. So we have to get into business that will commensurate with what we're going through. All right? Do you agree with me? Do you all agree with me that that is what we need right now? Yes, we want to go into farming. We want to start producing food. We want to do a business that will not go out of fashion, right? We want to go into a business that has that has stood the test of time, but yet we still want to make money as fast as we can. Yes, not the MMM kind of way, legit business, but at least let it be a bit sooner. You agree with me, right? Yes, exactly. Exactly. So let's get into it. Who are you listening to? Now, when I call my name, please don't laugh. First of all, I'm an Ijaw woman. I'm from Bayelsa State. Okay, so our names are very, very long. My name is Mary Magdalene Igbanebo Korazia Finama. Very, very long name. But you can just call me Mary. Okay. I am the founder and CEO of Mectes Agros. All right. And I'm a wife, and I'm a mother of three lovely, beautiful daughters. I told you earlier, my first daughter is 22 years old, my second is 17, and my third, who has been disturbing all of us, the latest farmer in the house, she's just 2. Okay, so nice to meet all of you. Now I'm on every platform, okay, excluding X for now. Yeah, I'm on Facebook, I'm on YouTube, I'm on Instagram, I'm on TikTok with the same name, Mectes. So please do well to follow me in all social media platforms because you're going to be learning a lot from those platforms. All right? Do well. If you have not followed me yet, somebody said too long. Okay, Mary is better. I know. That's why I gave you a disclaimer from the beginning. Don't laugh. Don't say anything. All right. So I deal majorly on sale of snails. All right. Both in bags. I sell in pieces. I sell oven dried snails. I sell frozen snails. I sell snail feeds, calcium, egg booster, ant and insect repellent. I set up snail farms. In fact, I sell basically everything you need to know or you need to start a snail farming business. All right. I go even beyond this country. I've been to Cameroon, I've been to Ghana for farm setups. All right. Now, the social media is a very good place. Very, very good place. And I'm going to tell you shortly. Not many people are coming on the internet with their farming. A lot of persons. You hardly see people who plant cassavas that come on the internet and say, "Oh, I'm into sale of gari bags. I fry them myself. I harvest them. I do this. I do that. I farm them." And then you barely see such people because majority of them are used to the the old way of doing things. But the internet is your friend when it comes to business and other things though. But we're talking about business now. The internet is your friend. Imagine, who do I pick now? I saw someone from Kafanshan here. There are people from Abuja here. Imagine the internet is able to bring us together. I can see what you're typing. You can hear me. You can see me. Isn't that beautiful? Very, very beautiful. So we're no longer doing things the way we used to do things in then days. We have to come modern, all right? We have to come modern. All right. So now, over the next few minutes, we're going to be talking about what snail farming is all about. All right. We have different species of snails. You know, some persons have heard about the giant African land snail, and some persons think or believe that when you say giant African land snail, we're talking about one snail. No, it's a category or a group of snails that are under that name, giant African land snail. In fact, inside that giant African land snail group, there are some that are not actually giants. Some of them are very, very small. Okay, so we're going to be talking about a few of those different species under that giant African land snail community. All right, especially the ones that we farm. Not all, there are plenty. We can't talk about all of them. Now, what culture is? There are different types of farming. We're going to learn about them. All right, different types of housing system. You don't just get snails. drop them on the ground or drop them in a room and then they start laying for you, then you start making money. No, there is a whole process to it, which is why we're here. All right, there's a whole process to it. We're also going to be learning how this business can become a reliable source of income for you, not just for me. I'm already making a good source of income from it, right? So it's how to make you have this business for a good source of income. That's why we're here. Somebody say network is bad. Oh, it might be from your location. Might be from your location. We're good, right? We're good. Those of you who can still hear me, who can still see my screen, please type I can see and hear. Type I can see and hear. Please type I can see and hear. We're also going to be learning how to avoid costly mistakes that most beginners make. All right. We're also going to learn how to start small. Okay, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right. Most beginners make a lot of mistakes. So we're going to be learning about those mistakes so you can avoid them, even if you're a beginner or you have been into the business before. Okay. Now we're also going to learn the real way you can make profit from snail farming business. So that person that says the network is like you already know, it's already network. Okay. Maybe you can switch or change your position to hear and see us better. So what is snail farming? Now, snail farming is professionally called culture. Culture. First of all, I need you to know something. You see, all the big grammars we're going to be talking about here, don't mind it. Don't bother too much about it. Okay? I'm only calling these names because you need to know the terms and terminologies of the business you're about to go into or the business you're already into. Okay? This culture is also known as snail farming. Okay, so if you want to be posh, if you want to be sleek, you can just say, I'm into culture. Those who are into it or those who know it will already know that you're talking about snail farming. So culture is also known as snail farming. Now, what is this culture all about? Culture involves the cultivation, the management, and the sales of snail farming, of snails rather, in controlled environments, okay, that we call a snail farm. You have to cultivate, you have to manage, you have to sell snails in a confined environment, meaning you will build a house for them. You are responsible for their feeding, you're responsible for their well-being. Okay. Now, back in the day, even now, people go into the bush and find snails, although it's not like before where somebody will go into the bush and see bags of snails in one day because um, things are changing, times are changing, right? But then, those who go to the farm, go into the bush rather, to pick snails, that is not a snail farmer. That's just a farmer who decided to pick snails alongside. All right. There is no farmer I know that only says I want to specifically focus only on going to the bush to pick snails. He must be doing something else and then decide to put that at on the side, right? That is not a snail farmer. A snail farmer is somebody who is responsible for rearing, breeding, cultivating, selling of snails. All right. So you that is about to go into this business, you are the one that we call a snail farmer when you start it, not people who go into the bush to find snails. All right. Now let's talk about the different species of snails that we have under the African giant land snail. Like I said, there are plenty of them. Oh, somebody says it's raining here heavily. I couldn't. Oh, so sorry. I couldn't hear you well. Oh, so sorry. But please just focus on the screen. All right? Focus on the screen. Focus on the screen. And for the network, if there is any other part of your house that catches network better, I think you should go there. Your speech is breaking in 10. Oh, I'm so sorry. So sorry. It will be your network because the network is good over here. Over here the network is good. Please Check if there's any other place in your location that you can get to get good network. All right, I'm so sorry about this. Okay, so in this webinar, we're going to be talking about four different species of snails in Africa that we usually farm. All right, some we farm more than the others. All right, first on our list is the Achatina folica. Okay, we call it the AF. The next, in fact, let's get to them. Okay, let's start with the Achatina marginata. Now, this is the one that is mostly farmed here in Nigeria. We have two major subspecies of that Achatina marginata. We call one the Achatina marginata ovum and the other the Achatina marginata suturalis. But like I said, don't bother yourself about these big names that much. Simply call them AMS and AMO. Okay, so the Achatina marginata, we just call it AM. When you say AM species, everybody in the snail business will know what you're talking about. All right. Next on our list is the Achatina achatina, or you call it AA. Just call it AA. Now, this snail is the one that is mostly reared in Ghana. We call it the Ghana tiger snail. But before we get here, this Achatina marginata lays between, now, per breeding season, one snail will give you, per clutch, it gives you 7 to 14 eggs. All right, per clutch means what they lay per time. All right, and they lay between 3 to 4 times in a year. So if they are laying 14 in a breed per time, 4 times will give you how many now? That's 14, 28, 56. All right, but if they are giving you 7 7, which is not consistent, they can give you 7 today, the next time 10, the next time, but let's use 7 as the yardstick now. So 7, that will be 7 times 4. Okay, 14, 28. All right, 28 is the minimum it can give you, and sometimes it goes far beyond even that 56 that we talked about. That's why I pegged it at 40 to 80 eggs. Okay, but when we come down to real calculations, we're going to be calculating with mainly the 7 times 4. All right, or we calculate it 7 times 3. I always like to under calculate so that I don't expect too much. Okay, it's better you're expecting less and then you get so much than you're expecting so much and then you get less. All right, do we all agree? Okay, so back to the achatina, which is the Ghana tiger snail. Now, this particular snail, for some reason, beginners find it very difficult to rear this snail in Nigeria because of the weather condition. Okay, but it thrives very well in Ghana. All right, it thrives very, very well in Ghana, and it lays around 600 to 800 eggs per breeding season. That is within a year. It lays around 600 to 800 eggs, and these eggs are very, 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 very tiny. And this snail, it also dies a lot. Now, disclaimer, snail farming, whether you have been into farming for 100 years, some of your snails will still die. That's a natural phenomenon. I think that's just nature's way of curbing their excess, right? Imagine one snail giving you up to 800 eggs. Okay, so some of them will die. It's natural, and there's a particular percentage we fix on it. Okay, about 25% mortality will be experienced in your farm, and there's nothing you can do about it. All right. Okay, so the next we're going to be talking about is the Achatina folica. This one lays between 800 to 1,200 eggs per breeding season, but this one doesn't grow that big. Remember I told you in the African giant land snail family, not all of them grow very big. Okay, some of you will be seeing this in your environment. It rolls around houses a lot, but it doesn't grow so big, so it doesn't command much market value, so people don't really farm it that much. But we farm it, right? Because there are still some that buy it, but it's not as rampant as the AM here in Nigeria. All right. And the last we're going to be talking about on our list is the Helix espessa. This one we call it the garden snail. Most of you will know it. In my language, we call it ogbolo. Children play with it while growing up. Okay, it's not really a strong marketing species. Okay, because not in fact some persons even forbid it in their own areas. So we don't really farm this one. In fact, I myself, I don't farm it, but I just needed you to know that this is one of the species in Africa. All right, so now that we're done with all of that, let's talk about the different types of snail farming that we have. One of them is the intensive farming. Now, what is intensive farming? Intensive simply means indoors. That's simply what it means. It means you can do it indoors. All right. And what are the things that you can do indoors? You can use tires as a housing system. You can use drums as a housing system. All right. Now, this is just a way of farming snails intensively. Okay, you manage everything concerning the snails because they are in a controlled environment. Okay, that's basically one aspect or one type of farming. Now the next type of farming we're going to be talking about is the semi-intensive, which is the direct opposite of the intensive system. Now, the type of housing system we have in this semi-intensive are the hutch boxes, the concrete pens, the greenhouses. Now, for hutch box and concrete pen, they can still be in the intensive as well. Okay, they can still be in the intensive and they can be in the semi-intensive. But for the greenhouse, it can be done indoors. It has to be outdoors because this is where you give the snails their natural habitat that they are used to. You plant vegetations, you use a net, a shaded net to prevent things from coming in, but they will be crawling under and feeling as if they're in the bush. This method helps them grow better than any other method. Any other method. Oh, the network is really, really disturbing a lot of persons. I'm so sorry. Somebody says, let me see the Achatina folica. Don't worry, you will still see it. Okay, you still see it again. Okay. Now, how do you avoid mistakes that most beginners make? Let me tell you something. You are even avoiding one right now by being in this webinar. Because one of the mistakes that a lot of persons make is to go on YouTube and watch a bunch of videos and then go ahead to buy snails and they start. Things are not done that way. You remember I told you, you don't just go into a business simply because you have passion for it. That means you just want to uh, do it as a hobby. But if you want it as a business, there are due processes. You must learn. You went to school for 4 years, for God's sake. You went to school for 4 whole years to learn a particular thing, to come and work. If it wasn't important to learn properly, you won't go through that whole process. All right? So when it comes to business that will now fetch you money, you want to do it haphazardly? Please don't. Please don't. In fact, I'm talking to the right set of persons because if you wanted to do it haphazardly, you wouldn't even be in this webinar in the first place. You won't be in this training in the first place. So kudos. So you have already marked that one of those beginner mistakes bad by being here. You're doing the right thing by being here. Then second mistake that most beginners make is after watching a webinar like this, they've learned a few things. Okay, I now know the different species. I now know the one that we can farm in Nigeria. Okay, I now know the different houses that they can use. All right, yeah, let me go with this hutch box method now. And then they run into the market, they buy snails, and then they start. That is another very big mistake that a lot of beginners make. Most of the persons that come to me and they say they've been into snail farming before, and then I ask them, okay, what is happening in your farm? I'm experiencing this, I'm experiencing that. Oh, okay, that's not a problem. Okay, but why are you experiencing this? Didn't you get proper training? Not really. I watched some videos on YouTube and then I started. Please, this is a new era. We're no longer going to be doing that. No, 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 no. No, 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 no. Most of us went to school to study one thing and we are out here doing something else. But yet we used 4 years minimum to study such things. So you need to take your time to study, to go into a business that you first of all invest your money and a business that you are expecting to fetch you good money. So take it seriously. This is not just a hobby. Don't treat it as an hobby. Okay, this is a business that you can turn to your only source of income if that is what you want. If that's what you want, you can turn it to your only source of income. Right now that you're doing something else, you put it on the side. And one of the reasons why so many persons come to snail farming is because you can do it alongside any other business. All right, if you're working a 9 to 5, you are having a business that you're running, you can do snail farming by the side. That's how I started. All right, I first of all started snail farming when I was actively running a restaurant. I had a restaurant of my own. I was the one cooking. And those of you who now when I say restaurant, I mean a booker where I have customers like no man's business. Okay, this was far back in 2017. 2017, I was running a booker that I was selling a minimum of 40 to 50,000 naira every day. Okay, so sometimes I cook 3 times in a day, but yet I still had time to take care of my snails when I get back home. That is why snail farming is something anybody can do. All right. But as time went on, I saw that this particular business can actually fetch me the money that I need. And I was relocating from where I had that restaurant. I had to move somewhere else. And moving the whole of those, pots and all was not really a feasible thing. So I had to stop that and then came to another city, started my farm. I still did not focus on it alone. I got another job in a company where I was an HR manager, all right? And I was still doing my farming by the side. So you can do your farming business while you're working your 9 to 5, while you're running your business, okay? Until I'm not going to be one of those persons that will tell you do this business and quit your job. No, 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 no. That's not real. You do a business by the side while keeping the current job that is giving you your source of income until this side business starts fetching you money more than your current job. Then you can decide. For you to be juggling the two and this side business is already fetching you money more than this current job, it means you can do both. It's either you employ somebody to start running this one for you, since this one is still fetching you good money even more than this one, or you leave it. That one now becomes your choice. But you don't just get into a new business and let go of the one that is fetching you money already. No, 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 no. That's the wrong business decision. Very, very wrong. Life decision, actually, not just business. Okay, so you can do anything while being into snail farming. So that answers the question for some of you who have been asking, I work so place, can I still do this farming? Yes, you can. All right. Now, these are a list of things that you feed snails with. Don't worry, we'll get deep into it on how you feed them, how to prepare them to feed them. All right. We have what we call the calcium. Okay, calcium is one of the major things that snails cannot do without. Okay, now we give them fruits as well. We give them leaves. When I talk about leaves, some people ask me, okay, what kind of leaf can we give them? Any leaf that a human being can eat, snails can eat it. So long as it's not deadly to to humans, snails can eat it as well. For fruits, there are a few that they cannot eat. Okay, there are a few. We'll talk deeper into it. All right. Then we have what we call their own formulated feed. Yes, they have their own formulated feed that has almost all the classes of food in them. All right. Then you serve them tubers like yams, cocoyam, cassava, and all of those. Okay. Then we have what we call the egg booster. Snails, there are no barren snails. Okay. But then there are some times where weather or some conditions will just make them stop laying. So the egg booster comes into play to just rejuvenate them to start laying again. All right. So that's basically the different types of things that we feed our snails. Now, here are some basic requirements that you need for you to start snail farming business properly. Number one, you need proper training. Remember, we said we're not treating this as an hobby because it's not an hobby. This is a business that can fetch you your next hundreds of thousands and even your millions. Okay. Now, I want to take it slow with you because you're just starting. so that you don't look like, is that possible? Yes, it's possible. Oh, it's possible. If I show you the amount of snails I sell on a monthly basis, it will shock you. Oh. It will shock you. Some persons say, but snails are very expensive. There are still people buying it. Thousands of people, actually. Thousands of people are buying it. Okay. Somebody say there's no money in this country. There's money. Oh, the economy is economying, but it's not always economying to everybody. I have people who buy thousands of snails from me. I have people who buy 500 pieces of snails on a monthly basis for their own families. Okay, washed snails. I have people who buy in thousands but not monthly. All right, because some of them they buy to resell, and I'm going to teach you all of that, how you can be selling wholesale, not just one. That's why some persons think that you cannot be making up to 500,000 in a month from snail farming business because snails are expensive. Do you even know why snails are expensive? Can anybody tell me why snails are expensive, please? What do you think, or why do you think snails are expensive? If you know, please let me know in the comment section, or just let me know what you think. Somebody is asking a question. Please don't worry, we'll get to questions. Okay, we'll get to the question segment. Let me know why you think snails are expensive. Your honest opinion. Okay, you don't have to fine tune it. Just tell me your honest opinion. So while all of that is going, let's go down these requirements that every beginner needs. First of all, you need proper training. Now I'm taking them sequentially. Okay, first of all, you need proper training. Secondly, you need the right soil, and I'm going to give you a cheat code. The right soil to use is the loamy soil because it's the best. It can retain water but not too much like the clay soil. Okay, it can retain water and not drain everything like the sandy soil. So the loamy soil is the best. All right. And the next is you get them appropriate housing system. Now, before, when you get the soil, you don't just get the soil and put inside. Okay, you will sterilize it, and I will tell you how to do. Okay, so answers have started coming in. Okay, its nutritional value. Okay, because of low supply. Thank you. See, when it comes to scarcity in some industries, it is just for the commonest reason thereof, if that's even a word. The commonest reason, which is the law of supply and demand. When supply is low and demand is higher than supply, that commodity becomes expensive inevitably. Okay, inevitably. Now it doesn't cut across every industry, all right, but in snail farming, or in snails, in the snail industry, that is the major and number one reason, because the supply is far lower than the demand. If you go on Google right now and search for the amount of tons of snails that is being consumed yearly in Nigeria alone, it will shock you. It will shock you. And somebody says that snail farming is not productive or is not profitable. I laugh you. Okay, so requirements that you need. The next is you need to get diet that is good for them, like the number of different foods that I just mentioned. You need to get all of them, not just one. I've seen some persons feeding their snails with just leaves. These are not goats. No, you cannot feed them with just leaves. You need to feed them with all of these things that I just mentioned. Let me just talk about calcium a little. You know, we have less time on this webinar. All right. Just calcium alone. Calcium helps to strengthen the shell of your snails. Now, let me tell you why strengthening of shell is so important. If your snail shells are cracked, it derails their growth, it stunts their growth, and a snail cannot grow beyond its shell. So the shell of your snail has to expand so that the flesh of the snail can grow as well. So imagine when your shell is cracked or is broken and it's no longer expanding, that means your snail meat will no longer grow. Simple as that. Simple as that. Somebody says because they are a special animal. Yes, so I agree. Oh, I agree. I agree. And you see that snail shell, when it is strengthened, when it is properly taken care of and it expands, your snail meat will also grow very well. Okay, the last on our list for the requirements that you need as a beginner in snail farming is patience and commitment. Yes, we need this in any business. We need it in any business, and this is not excluded. Okay, so those are basically the requirements that you need to start a snail farming business. Let me tell you a few facts about snail farming business that you need to know. First of all, snail farming is very, 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 very profitable. I said the very, very, very because it is highly profitable. Very. I wanted to go into poultry a few years back. Being a snail farmer, a lot of persons see me on the internet, and then they come to me and say, okay, I want to learn how to do snail farming, but I would also like to do poultry alongside. So what do you think? So when I first came on the internet 5 years ago, I had the intention of going into poultry. But then I sat down and I listened to some of the people that are into poultry, and I said, nah, no, 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 this is not a business for me. No, 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 no. This is not a business I can do. I think as at then, she was telling me something like, one of my very good friends, actually, when she listens to this, she would know she's the one I'm talking about. Okay, she's doing a business, poultry, with a certain number of what's it called now, number of birds, right? This number of birds would give you so number of eggs. Okay, we're just we're just giving you a rough estimate now, but point is, when she finished calculating everything, she says, in a month, let's say you spend you get around 1.5 million naira. All right, that's like a rough estimate, right? You get 1.5 million naira for selling your eggs. Only feeding for that month takes about 1.1 million naira. You know why it was I decided and stood my ground that that was not a business I want to go into. How can I be seeing that much money, and the one that will get to me is peanuts? I have made 1.5 million naira in a month, and 1.1 million will go only to feed the birds. Then the remaining 400,000, I have staff that I will pay. Good. I have other things, maintenance and all of that, and I might be going home with 200,000 naira after seeing 1.5. No, 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 no. My mental health could not contain. It couldn't take that at all. It couldn't take it. He couldn't take it. So I just decided, no, 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 that's not for me. But you see, this snail farming business, this, this is one of the best businesses anyone can ever do, not just me. Okay. Now, another thing you need to know is that snail farming, you can actually export snails out of this country without necessarily having a NAFDAC registration. And next, you don't need much capital to start a snail farm. Now, when I say you don't need much capital, some persons make it look like because you don't need much capital, okay, I can start the snail farming business with 50,000. No, sir. No. Please, let's be serious. This is a business that you want to be making at least 500,000 naira from, and you say you want to start with 50,000. No, now, abba now. Even if you don't want to make up to 500,000, start with something reasonable. I will keep saying this because there's this person, I actually trained him. Okay, I trained him. Now, in my detailed training, I teach you how you construct the houses. So I don't necessarily have to come, although so many persons will prefer that I come and do it for them. But then the way I teach, you can actually construct the houses yourself if you know how to hold a hammer and nail. All right. So he constructed the housing system, he got some people mason and all of that. He had to fence around the land he was using. So I think he spent roughly 3.2 million naira to fence the place. Now, this person was starting big, right? I didn't say that you need 3.2 million to start, okay? I'm telling you what someone did, okay? All right, so he fenced the land, built the housing system, and all of that. But when it came to buying snails, he told me he wants to start with 200 snails. After you have spent 3 point something million, forgetting that it is these snails that will fetch you the money that you have spent and still give you profit. So some persons like to misplace their priority, misplace their own finances in a way that I don't even understand. Not until he told me, I'm like, are you for real? No, 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 no. I won't take it. Tomorrow you will now go and tell people that I'm the one that trained you. No, 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 no. So we had to sit down, re-strategize. In fact, I had to even go to his location and put things right. So he started with a number of snails that is commensurate to what he has already built. All right. Some persons will be asking, okay, how much can I then start snail farming with? I would advise you a minimum of 300 to 400,000 naira. Like I said, this is a business. Yes, you can start small. I can show you how you can start with 150,000. That's like the minimum you can go. I can show you how you can start with 150,000. I can show you how you can start with 300,000. I can show you how you can start with 1 million. Okay? I can show you how you can start with even 10 million. All right? But please don't tell me you want to start snail farming business with 50,000 naira. In this economy right now, what can 50,000 naira do for anyone? Now you can do snail farming as a side business, like I already explained earlier. All right, that's how I started. Okay, now these are some few things I would like you to know about snails. Yeah, thank you. Somebody say we're learning. Thank you very much. Yes. Now, there are a few things I would like you to know about snails. I've heard some persons ask me, so how do I differentiate between a male snail and a female snail? There is nothing like that because snails are hermaphrodites. And what that means is one snail has both the male and female reproductive organs. Although they still need to mate to reproduce, but there is no male snail, there is no female snail. You get it? Yeah. All right. Now, the next is we have both aquatic snails and terrestrial snails. We are talking about the terrestrial snails here in this class. Okay. Now, the next is snails are nocturnal animals. Nocturnal what? Animals, meaning they like dark places. So you're already having an idea of how to place your snails, right? You're already having an idea of how to keep your snails. Now, when you know these few characteristics of the snail, you know what to do. Although there is a detailed training on how you know exactly, not just figuring it out. No, you know exactly what to do. Okay, but this is just um sorry please. Sorry, nocturnal actually means they like to be more active, excuse me, they like to be more active at night. All right, not just that they like dark places, they are more active at night. Okay, the next, snails are vegetarians. Maybe that's why some persons actually like to feed them only vegetables, but they are vegetarians does not mean you only feed them vegetables. Okay, the next, they are cold-blooded animals. Like I said, with these characteristics, you already know where they fall in. Okay, where they fall in. Somebody says, thank you for this important lecture. Thank you so much for also being here. All right, I really appreciate you for being here, all of you. Thank you. All right, now the next on our list is snails of different species do not what? Breed. How many of you know what a crossbreed is? A hybrid, a crossbreed. You know, when you bring a Chihuahua dog and a Rottweiler dog and breed them together, the offspring of that crossbreeding, that offspring is called a hybrid. Okay, because it is from different species of animals. But in snails, different species do not breed. You know, I told you about let's take for instance the Achatina and the Achatina marginata. They cannot breed. So there's nothing like hybrid in snails. Okay, because I've heard a lot of questions. Somebody will call and say, and please, I need hybrid snails. There's nothing like that, uncle, auntie. There's nothing like that. Okay. In fact, if you get snails from, let's take for instance, from Port Harcourt. All right, maybe you want to start your snail farming with 500 snails, and then you get, let's say, 250 snails from Port Harcourt, and then you get 250 snails from Lagos, and you put them together, the same species, they will still find it difficult to breed because they are not coming from the same location. All right. And the last on our list, snails are very, very nutritious. All of you can agree with agree to that fact. Snails are very, very nutritious. All right, very, very. They are very nutritious. Now, I need you to listen to a voice note. Is it a voice note? Okay, it's actually a live class I had with my inner Kaku students. Okay, and I was asking, I check up on them from time to time. In fact, we have monthly meetings, and I'm about even making it a weekly meeting so that I can follow up with all of my mentees, follow up closely. So this is what one of them had to say in the last meeting we had. Listen, please. Oh, just hang on. Can it play? Oh, hold on. Let's see what's stopping it from playing. Okay. Just a minute, please. 1 minute. I don't know why it's not playing. All right. It's playing, but it's not playing out. Why is that? Let me check my volume. 1 minute. Why is it not playing out? Oh, okay. I don't know why this is not playing out, but let's go on. We're not going to allow that to derail us. Let's go on. Okay, don't worry. I'll send this particular play, this particular one, on the group chat. All right, I'll send it in the group so that you can listen to it in the group. The moment we're done, I'll share it there. Okay. Okay, so let's move on. While I'm sharing that, let's move on. Now, here are the few ways that you can make money from snail business. Number one, you sell them at point of lay. Now, what is point of lay? Point of lay simply means a snail that is mature enough to start laying eggs. Okay, it might not necessarily be physically or physiologically big, but it's mature enough to start laying eggs. Okay, somebody said I can actually explain what he said. Okay, here was a farmer who started farming as at August last year. And this meeting I had with him was in February. Okay, he started with 200 snails. And as at the time we're talking, he had over 1,500 snails. Okay, he had over 1,500 snails. Please let me share it in the group. Let me share it in the group. Okay. Just a minute. All right, I've shared it in the group. So let's go on. Okay, you can sell at point of lay. Like I said, point of lays are not physiologically big, but they are mature enough to start laying eggs for you. So you can start selling from those ones. You can also sell raw table size snails to market women. See, some persons say, I would like to go into snail farming, oh, but are you sure I will have buyers? Please, we have already established that the supply is far, far lower than the demand. Okay, so don't come here with that. The supply is far, 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 far lower than the demand of it. So getting people to buy your snails is not a problem. If you have just one market woman that will be buying your snails, you will be the one running away from her. Trust me, you won't have enough. This is coming from somebody who has been in the business for years. You will not have enough to sell to her. Trust me on that. Okay, so you see this whole fear of not having people to buy your snails, forget it. When you're doing poultry farming, do you ever have fear of not having people to sell to? Same thing as snails. You think it's expensive so people are not buying it. Go to your neighborhood market and see if you even see these jumbo snails. You hardly see them. You hardly see them because people are not even allowing us to farm them to that level anymore. It's with ogboju high, strong high, that we will decide that we'll keep some because there are loyal customers that have been with me for years that I cannot afford to disappoint, because those ones they buy monthly. All right, they buy monthly, so I cannot disappoint them. So I keep some snails for them to get to jumbo size so I can be selling for them. And can I shock you? The extra jumbo, as of now that I'm talking to you, one extra jumbo snail is around 4,800. I know people who are selling it for 5,200 as well. For one. One, oh. Obviously, I'm grateful, madam. I'm grateful to you too for being here. We are all in it together. All right. And this is so you too can start making this money. Imagine selling one snail for 4,800, a snail that you bought for maybe at most 1,000 naira. All right, and apart from selling that snail for 4,800, that particular snail has given you extra minimum of 20 snails minimum, before you are now selling that one for 4,800, and you tell me that the business is not profitable. God. Now you can supply to factories, you can supply to food processing companies here and abroad. There's also what we call the snail slime. Now, that one is a different industry entirely. Somebody wrote a comment concerning the snail slime. It means the person has an idea. Snail slime, snail slime is even more profitable than the meat itself. It's just that for you to sell snail slime, you have to have contracts with companies that are into production of creams and all of that. Because snail slime can reduce the appearance of stretch mark, it suits the skin, it smoothens the skin. I have a very small cup of snail slime mucin that is, I don't think that thing is bigger than this half of this that I'm holding, and it goes for over 30,000 naira. Very expensive. The last time I sold snail slime, I sold a liter for 120,000 naira, 1 liter. And someone got a contract. All right, someone got a contract for a certain number of tons of snail slime. So we had to come together and fill it. Majority of the times when when such contracts come, one person, three persons, 10 persons cannot fill that order because it's a company that is requesting it. So they come in huge volumes. That is one other advantage of being in a community and not just farming on your own. Okay, when such orders come, everybody come together and execute that order. All right, I might be the one to get the order, another person might be the one to get the order, but because that person cannot fulfill the order alone, the person is not just doing it to help you, the person is also doing it to help him or herself. Okay, one person cannot fulfill such orders. We have to, the last time we did it, I think we were about 25 persons, or was it 18, either 18 or 25 persons that came together to fulfill that one single order. All right, so you can sell snail slime, you can sell washed and oven dried snails, both here and outside the country. As I'm talking to you now, if you go on TikTok and search for those people that are selling snails abroad, God of Israel, I saw one recently. Let me please bring out your calculators. I saw one recently selling extra jumbo snails for 94,000 naira for 20 pieces. No, 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 not extra jumbo. Sorry, I think that was their medium. The extra jumbo was 100 and 104,000. Yeah, that's 5,200 for one. Somebody said, what is snail slime used for? It's used for production of creams and cosmetic products. Okay. I'm not close to that. My snail muslin now, I would have showed you. Very tiny. I have plenty bottles. Very tiny because it suits, it makes the face very smooth. If you're a skincare person or anybody who has been into skincare, you know what I'm talking about. All right. And you can also have agents that will help you sell your snails, and then they have a commission out of it, either outside the country or even here. Thank you too. Thank you too. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you. Those of you who are not too sure if snail farming is really profitable, let me show you one order, just one. This is to one person. Each of these baskets that you're seeing, each of these baskets that you're seeing contain 400 snails. 400, and one of them was, as at the time of this video, one of them was around 800 naira. One of these snails was 800 naira. And each of these baskets contained 400 snails, and we have 5 baskets here. This is an order from one person. I sold this to just one person. So calculate 400, sorry, 800 naira times 400 pieces of snails. That's 320,000 naira. So multiply that by the 5 baskets that is here. 1.6 million. 1.6 million. I got that from one order. One. And you say snail farming is not lucrative. Think again. Think again. Now, this is another order.
Hello, beautiful people.
Oh, this
Welcome
one actually
once again
played.
to another day with me.
This one is actually playing. Okay.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome once again to another day with MedTest Snail Farm. Here we're sending some jumbo snails, about 200 pieces of jumbo snails to Owerri. Now, what we do before doing any long distance journey, especially during this dry season, is that we stop giving them water for like 2 days before they set out on their journey.
This is 200 pieces of jumbo. I sold these jumbos for 3,700 at the time for one. And you say that snails are very expensive. Do you think people will buy? It's expensive, but there are people who are buying. In fact, there are not just people who are buying it. People are buying it every day. This is for consumption, not for sale. Oh. 200 pieces of jumbo snails. One jumbo was sold, one extra jumbo was sold for 3,700 as at this time. 3,700, and I sent out 200 pieces. Now, this is the same basket, all right, that was used to bag the ones of 800 naira, and it contained 400 pieces. But this one, because they are jumbos, only 200, and I still had, if you look at the video, you will see a green basket in the background. That one too. So it was this big basket and a small basket that contained 200 pieces. That's to tell you these ones are far bigger, far bigger than those other ones that was up to 400 pieces in one basket. All right, so calculate 3,700 times 200 pieces. That's 740,000. Now, this particular person has patronized me up to 3 times over the past, I think, 2 years. Yes, in a space of 2 years, he has patronized me up to 3 times. 740,000 naira from just one order. An individual that is eating it, oh, not selling. If I show you the bags that I sell for those who resell, you will be surprised. And I can teach you how you too can start making money like that, not just selling one. No, no, no. Me, I don't really believe in selling one snails. You will not make good money like that. You need to sell in bulk, sell to people who are reselling, sell to people who are buying for parties, buying for birthdays, naming ceremonies, people who want to buy for their bosses just to tell them thank you. Those are the places you make good money from. Not just selling 20 pieces, 10 pieces. No, 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 no. We're not all about that. So do you still think that snail farming is not productive or is not profitable? I know you don't. I know you don't. So now it's your time and it's your turn. It's now your turn to start this same business. And like I stated earlier, we're not going to be waiting for months upon months upon months to start making this money. No, 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 no. Uh-uh. Gone are those days. Gone are those days. Let me just tell you, it takes around 18 months for a not juvenile self, a grower snail to grow from grower stage to jumbo size. 18 months. That's 1 year, 6 months. But we're not going to be doing that. Okay? We're not going to be doing that. I'm going to teach you how you can start making money from this business in a space of 2 months. 2 months is the maximum I want to give to you. Maximum. Some of you can even start getting deals while the training is going on. All right? So, how do you get into training? How do you get properly trained? First, like, how do you get into this business actually? First, you get proper training. This is about an hour meeting. It's not enough for you to know the nitty-gritties and how to go about getting into this lucrative business and for you to start making money. So there's an in-depth training. All right. Then secondly, you set some money aside to start up the business. Yes, every business requires money. You cannot start a business without money. Hardly before you can start a business without money. This is not exception. So you need to set some money aside to start the business. Then secondly, you're going to learn how to build the appropriate housing system. So you will do that. Thirdly, you will get what we call mulching materials. That's what we cover them with. Because like you already know from the characteristics of snails, you know that they like dark, cold places. So we need something that will depict or give them that environment, right? Then you get the right soil. You get the right soil. Then you get trays that you'll be feeding them with. You get flat trays that you'll be feeding them with. Before you purchase your snails, before you purchase formulated feed, calcium, egg booster, ant and insect repellent. So some of you who go through this webinar and then the next minute they are calling me, ma, I want to buy snails. No sir, no ma. Please follow due process so that you don't waste money, so that you don't come tomorrow and say, I started so time but I'm not seeing this, or I started like this but it's not working. Please follow the process. Good a thing, I'm not just teaching you and leaving you. I'm teaching you and I will be with you for up to a year. excuse me excuse me I will be with you for up to a year to ensure that you start making profit before I leave you. So I'm not just teaching you and abandoning you. No, 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 no. We're not doing that here. We're not doing that here. Okay? Even though you can start making money from this business, even from your first month, I will still be with you till 1 whole year. When you are done strong. Do you understand? When you are now one of the odogus in the business, then I can say, okay, you are now free to go into the whole world. You are now free to go into the whole world and conquer. Okay? That is the only time I will leave you. Does that sound good? Does that sound good? Does it sound good? Yes, yes, of course. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Okay. All right. Now, me personally, I call snail farming the noiseless gold mine. Noiseless gold mine. If you look at your screen right now, you will see some certain figures that I have written out. All right. Now we're going to work with the naira. Okay. We're going to work with the naira. I've showed you different sizes of snails that I have sold, right? I've sold the one of 800. I have the one of 1.5. I have the one of 2.5. I have the one of 3.7. Okay. Right now, that one, that 3.7 own right now is the one that is going for 4,700, 4,800. Okay. Because as at the time of that video, I think that was early this year, or was it last year? Yeah, I think so. Right now, that particular 3,700 snail is now 4,800. That's the one some people are selling for 5,200. All right. So now we're going to pick one amount that you're going to sell your snails, and I want to pick 1,500 because that's where the dollar is ranging around 1,500. The dollar like to run around that amount, so it will be easy for people in the diaspora to also do this calculation. All right. So 1,500, which is $1. All right. So how do you make up to 8 million naira in a year, or even more in a year, selling snails? How? Now, if you want to make up to 8 million naira, or let's say 10 million naira in a year, let's work with 8 million now. If you want to make up to 8 million naira in a year, you'll have to divide 8 million by 12, right? That means you have to make around 660,000 naira per month. Okay, 660 naira per month. Now, let's calculate 500 snails. Please bring out your calculators. Okay, let's assume that you're starting your snail farming with 500 snails, which is like a little above starting small, just a little. Because if you're starting small, I will assume, I will expect that you're going with minimum 200 snails, right? So let's say you want to start at a medium level, at a medium level, 500 pieces of snails. And these 500 pieces of snails gives you a minimum of 21 snails each. So you multiply 500 times 21. All right. Now we get 10,500 pieces of snails. Now, what makes most trainers will not let you know is that not all of these snails will grow to maturity. Some of them will die. Like I said, if you like be into snail farming for a million years, some of your snails will still die. It's a natural thing. But when you know what to do, that mortality rate drops drastically. Now we factor in 20 to 25% mortality in snail farming, sometimes even up to 30% in snail farming, but we're going to work with 25% today. So imagine if you don't know what you're doing. That is why some of you have gone into snail farming and lost all of your snails. So now you are thinking that snail farming is not profitable. Now you are thinking that snail farming is very difficult. My brother, my sister, it's not that difficult. It is not that difficult. So from these 10,500 pieces of snails, we're going to minus 25%. We are now left with 7,875 snails. All right. So let's just say I want to sell these snails. I don't want to keep them for too long. I don't want them to grow to jumbo before I sell them. So I want to sell them at a very minimal amount. Let them just get to maybe point of lace. All right. And then I sell them off. By the way, point of lay right now is about 1,000 naira. Excuse me. It's about 1,000 naira. Okay, so maybe now I forgot to mention we have different stages in snail growth, right? When the snails lay egg, that one is just the egg. When the egg hatches, they are called hatchlings. From that hatchling stage, they grow to juvenile stage. From juveniles, they grow to grower stage. From growers, they grow to point of lay. From point of lay, they grow to table size. Before, from table size, they grow to jumbo. And then from jumbo, they grow to extra jumbo. So let's just say you want to sell your snails at table size. which is what we sell 1,500 right now. 1,500 for table size. Because jumbo is from, we have jumbo 1, jumbo 2, jumbo 3, because there are different sizes of jumbo. The jumbo 1 is what we sell for 4,800. Jumbo 2 is right now around 3 something, 3.2, 3.3, depends. Then jumbo 3 is what you sell for 2,000 something. So it is the table size that you can sell for 1,517. Okay, 1,517, depending on where you're selling or who you're selling to. If you want to sell to a reseller, it will definitely be 1,500. You can't go beyond 1,500 because the person also needs to resell and make profit, right? Okay, so let's say you're selling to a reseller and you're selling for 1,500. That in itself gives you 11 million naira. Now this 11 million, if you divide it by 12 months, it will give you over 900,000, far beyond the 500,000 I told you will make. But here is the trick. Here is the trick. What I'm going to be teaching you, you don't have to wait till a year before you start making this money. Now, there's something I would like to ask. There's something I would like to ask. I'll get to that shortly, okay? I'll get to that question shortly. Now, the truth about all of this, all that I have covered here, okay? Now we've gotten that number, 11 million naira in a year. And like I said, I will teach you how you can make that money without necessarily waiting till now. You're not making the 11 million all at once. I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. You're not going to make that 11 million all at once. Not when you're just starting out. All right. Okay. But in a year, you can make that amount, meaning we'll break it down to monthly targets. All right. We'll break it down to monthly targets. Now, what I want to tell you is this: all of this that I have told you, you are very sure. I want to ask, you're very sure that you're getting value, right? Please type in the comment section. You're getting value, right? Somebody is asking, how can one reduce the mortality rate? By learning it properly. But you see that 25% mortality, you cannot escape it. The best way you can escape it is maybe by, you can bring it down to 15% by learning properly. Okay? You can have 100% mortality. Ask some people that have started snail farming before and ran away after a few months. Yes, very big value. But let me shock you. What we have covered in this particular webinar that you have gotten so much value from is just the introduction. I call it the foundation, just for you to get acquainted with the business. Okay, so in addition to this foundation, you need proper knowledge, proper guidance. All right, snail farming is simple, snail farming is easy. It's only when you have the right steps, so it's only when you learn the right way, it's only when you have somebody that is guiding you. Okay, it's only when you know exactly what to do at every point in time, that is the only time you can say snail farming is easy. Like I said, go and ask people who have done snail farming before and ran away after a few months. It's only when you know what to do and how to do it and when to do it. Now, how do you get to know how to do it, when to do it, and the exact thing to do? First of all, you stop trying random things. Those of you who like watching plenty people on YouTube, do you know you end up frustrating yourself and confusing yourself because everybody has his or her own way of doing things. So you learn from Mr. A, you learn from Mr. B, you learn from Mr. C. At the end of the day, you don't even know which one to practice, or you start practicing all of them. You're causing more harm to your snails than good. Now, that is why I've created something very deeper for people who are now interested to start. All right. Now, here is where I introduce to you the MedTest Complete In-Depth Snail Farming Masterclass. Now, in this masterclass, I'm going to take you from learning to implementation to getting results. Like I said, I don't just teach you and run away. I teach you and I stay with you for up to 12 months, not just, see, okay, don't worry, we'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. We'll get to that. You understand what I'm talking about when I say I want to stay with you for 12 months. Now, this is what you're going to be learning in this in-depth training. First of all, the training is going to be for 8 days. Imagine an introduction that took over an hour. Now we're going to be learning minimum 1 hour per day for the next 8 days. Just imagine mentally for what you're going to be learning. You're going to learn how to start snail farming business on a budget. Only that alone is worth more than 25,000 naira. You're going to learn how to extract snail slime and sterilize your slime, that your slime can stay for years and months without going bad. That in itself, it's worth 50,000 naira. Now, every aspect of the training is going to be video tutorials, okay, especially where you need to construct your housing systems. That one alone is more than 100,000 naira. You will learn how to feed your snails properly and the type of food that you should be giving them per day. Like today is Monday, what am I giving them? Tomorrow is Tuesday, what am I giving them? That in itself is more than 20,000 naira, because only my feeding timetable, my 1 month feeding timetable, I sell it for 15,000. All right. Now, how to start a snail farm at home. You don't have to get a land if you don't have a land. If you have a land, that is perfect. But if you don't have a land, you can start in your house. I will show you my farm, my house farm. When I was pregnant with my child, I told you I have 3 daughters, right? My last daughter is just 2 years old. When I was pregnant with her about 3 years ago, I couldn't go to my farm all the time, so I had to construct a few hutch boxes. So we were living in a 3 bedroom house at the time, and one of the bedrooms was free, so I converted it to a house farm. That house farm, when we when I started going back to the farm again, and I needed to move the eggs I had incubated from there to my farm, only from that small house farm I had over 7,000 eggs over that period of 9 months that I stayed at home. Okay, so you will learn how to start your snail farm at home. That one alone is more than 10,000. How to hatch your eggs by yourself, like how you can incubate your eggs without any machine. You don't need any machine in this method that I'm going to teach you. That is over 45,000 naira. Now, the recommended food and drinks. Somebody say, oh, so snails they drink too. Yes. That in itself is more than 10,000. All right. Okay, somebody's calculating for me. I love this class. I love this class. We have about 260,000 naira right now. Diet menu, exactly. I have a diet menu. You don't give them the same food every time or every day. In fact, you don't even feed your snails every day. Shocker. I know some of you are shocked. Those of you who have started snail farming before, you are shocked. You are not supposed to feed your snails every day. Some persons don't know. So at the end of the day, they will overfeed their snails. Your snail can even die from overfeeding. You don't know. You didn't know. Now you know. Now you will learn the different ways to properly sterilize your mulching materials and your soil. That in itself is 10,000. Please, our class rep, add it. Now, how to take care of your baby snails. The truth of the matter is, taking care of baby snails is one of the major things when it comes to snail farming. Because if your snails lay, right, you know how to take care of the adult snails. Your snails have laid eggs. You know how to incubate the eggs. The eggs have hatched. Now it's time to take care of the young ones, those hatchlings. They are very fragile. A lot of persons don't know how to take care of hatchlings. And if you don't take care of your hatchlings, that means your farm will not grow, because those hatchlings are the ones that will grow to come and give you those 7,000 snails that we just calculated. So if they are not growing and they are dying, if they are not growing and they are dying, your farm will not grow, right? Because they are the ones to come and multiply your farm. There are methods I use that enables me never to lose an hatchling. In fact, hatchlings are the easiest ones to take care of in my farm. So I'm surprised when so many persons tell me their hatchlings are dying. I don't lose hatchlings. I don't. So that in itself is over 50,000 naira, because if you don't learn it right, the money you will be losing will be more than 50,000. Now, you will also learn how and where you can get the right species. You're not supposed to go to the market and buy snails when you want to farm. You're not supposed to go to the bush and pick snails when you want to farm them, when you want to rear them. First, you don't know the age of those snails. Second, you don't know their lifespan. You don't know how long they've stayed. You don't know the condition they are coming from. So to adapt to your environment will be a war, serious war. Somebody say grand total 555,000. No, you're not done. We are not done. We are not done. Okay, so next you identify, we'll learn how to identify common snail sicknesses and how to treat them. You see moringa leaf, you see bitter leaf, you see dogoyaro leaf. Those are mostly for medicinal purposes. Garlic, ginger, those are for medicinal purposes. We treat our snails with those things. You will learn. I have a training material that is up to, excuse me, I sell that training material for 12,000 naira just to know how to identify common snail sicknesses and how to treat them. Not even all of them, but in this training you're going to get all. You will learn how to sell out your snails online from the very comfort of your home. Like, you don't have to leave your house for you to see buyers. I will put your business in places that you never thought of. So let me give you one small hack. Some persons will come and learn this from me and implement it in other businesses that they are already doing in their various lives. Somebody is selling this, somebody is selling that, and then it comes to learn snail farming from me, and then I teach them how to put it out there, how to create pages, how to put your business out there so that when people are searching they will see you. So they already have other businesses or other things they are selling. So they use that method and also put their other businesses out there. So it's two in one. That in itself, for me to create a Facebook page for you, optimize that page, put it in a way that people will start seeing you to buy from you, not just from Nigeria, from other countries, and not just people who buy and eat, people who will buy and resell. Just that alone, I charge nothing less than 50,000 naira for just Facebook alone. So imagine you're going to be learning how to do that on Facebook, on YouTube, on TikTok, on Instagram, on Google, everything. Your business will be everywhere. For those of you who already have businesses or who are already into snail farming, if I type your snail farm name on Google or on Instagram, if I type snails or snail farm, will your name come out? Go and check my name. Go and check my name. I've been on the internet for, this is the 5th year now. And selling has never been this easy. So easy. And I'm going to teach you that. It's over 200,000 for me to teach you this one. Because this one, let me give you a cheat. This one, you can also do it for other people and make money from it. Yes, you can do it for other business owners and make money from it. Now, how to use condemned oil and water to ward off ants and predators from your farm. That is one major thing again, but I'm just charging very less. I'm charging very less. So that is what you'll be getting. But I have bonuses for you. I have bonuses for you. One of those bonuses is my free ebook. My ebook that I sell for 9,500 naira. You're going to be getting it for free if you join this my in-depth training. You're going to have access to my community where you can ask questions, where I will, you and other mentees will collaborate, ask questions, rub minds. That in itself is over 40,000 naira for you to be in that community alone. You also get a free business plan. How much do you pay people to give you a business plan? A free business plan, meaning I will work with you one-on-one. You will tell me how much you have set aside for this business, and I will tell you how to go about it, what type of housing system you should do. You will show me your space where you want to use. Like I said, I don't just train you and let you go. I train you and follow you up till you start making money from this business, because by fire by force you make money. Okay, you make money from this business. So I train you and wait and follow you up till you start making money from this business. Okay, so you get a free business plan based on your capital and your available space. We will discuss personally. I will tell you what to do, what to buy. Okay, what's it called now? What housing system to construct, how many snails to start with, depending on your space. That in itself is over 15,000 naira. That's not all. There is more. You will learn other ways that you can make money consistently from this snail business. That alone is over 150,000. Then you have the opportunity to do group export. Do you know what it means for you to export your snails out of this country? You know how much you'll be selling your snails? That in itself is 100,000 plus. And here comes the odogu of them all. The odogu of them all. You get 1 whole year of free mentorship from me. I charge 180,000 naira for 1 year mentorship, 90,000 for 6 months. You are getting it for free. Free. Please tell me you're ready. If you know you're ready, tell me you're ready in the comment section. All right? Tell me you're ready in the comments. Tell me you're ready in the comment section. If you can hear me, you can see me, and you're ready. Tell me you're ready in the comment section. Now, everything you're going to be getting is well over 1,000,000 naira. It's over 1,000,000 naira for all the training you're going to be getting in these next 8 days. 8 whole days. Good. I like this class. Good. Good, 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 good. For people who are asking questions, don't worry. We'll get to question and answers. Don't worry yourself. Just calm down. We'll get to question and answers, okay? Don't worry. Those who are asking questions, please don't forget. Just keep your questions. We'll get to that. All right? So, who is this training for? You might be asking. Because you will definitely ask now, with what I am doing right now, can I also do this business? Now, this training is for you if you are a student, or if you're a stay-at-home mom or dad, because some people make it look like it's only moms that are supposed to stay at home. Dads can also stay at home and rest. So if you're a retiree, I think I saw a question like that earlier on. If you're a retiree, this is a business for you. If you're a businessman or a woman, this is a side also you can put by the side that will be fetching you money, almost the same thing as what your main hustle is giving you. Or you are just somebody who is looking to increase his or her source of income, this is for you. Okay, so now you know. Where do you fall under? Now, this is what people are saying in my community. So I'm going to play a few videos, not too much, just few, for those who have gone through my training. All right, what they have to say about this training and how their farms are going. Okay, some persons didn't want to talk about how much they are making. Me, I am very comfortable telling you how much I'm making, because you know, if you find me, even if you find me, no worry. Instead of doing anything illegal, it's for me to teach you how you can do it. It's easier that way. But some persons are very skeptical. I don't want to put my face out there. I don't want to tell people how much I'm making. I understand, don't worry. Okay, so some persons sent me write-ups. We can't read all of them. I'm just going to pick one out of this. So somebody was sending a message and it says, "Good morning, my fellow colleagues in the house, and to you, Auntie Mary, respect. This is my own review. From the advert to the introduction to the snail farming, I got motivated by what I saw and the value in it. The way you taught your class with passion and patience, and the zeal to see others succeed where you have succeeded. After I had to put what I have learned from you into practice, and today, just like you promised in the beginning, you have not left us. So far, what is it? So for that and for so many other positive things I learned about snails, I give you, I think he said he gives me 80%. 80%. That's a good mark, right? That's a good mark. Okay, this one says, "Coach, thank you very much for this video. I think I shared a video on on watermelon. Now, the reason why you need a mentor, all right? One of the reasons why you need a mentor when you're having a business is things change, all right? times change and you need to change with that time. But when you're in a community, you get to know about what has changed before any other person. Now, about 3 4 years ago, watermelon used to be one of the best food we give our snails. Okay, but then I think was it 2023, 2023, either 2023 or 2022, there was this heat surge that came on this country like never before. Like, it was something else. If any of you can remember, that heat season was bloody and everybody was losing their snails. The heat was so serious, and then watermelon started killing snails, and so many persons didn't even know that it was watermelon. Let me be very frank with you. From that time till now, I've not eaten watermelon again, because I told myself, if this thing can be killing snails, what can it be doing to humans? What can it be doing to human beings? Except for the watermelon that is planted in my farm. If it's not from my farm, I don't eat it. So watermelon started killing snails, and because me, I do experiment a lot. With at least I have access to thousands of snails, so I do experiment a lot. I was able to catch it on time and inform my community, and saved a lot of people from damage that could have happened. That is just one reason as to why you should be in a community. Some persons are already eager. Okay, I want to ask one question before we get to how you can get into this training. All right, one question: if you start a business today with 2 million naira, and that business is bringing you 500,000 naira every month, is that a good business or is not so good? Please, I need your answers in the comment section. Is that a good business, or is fairly good or not too good? What do you think? Yeah, I'm waiting for your responses. It's a good business. Thank you. Thank you. Very, very lucrative. Because sometimes people make it look like business is something that when you put in 500,000, you get back 500,000 every single month. It's not like that. That's a fantasy. That's a very, very lucrative business. That which means in 4 months you've made back your profit, right? In 4 months you've made back your capital, and then you start making profit. That means in a year, let me tell you, people who go into landlord business, you build a house for 70 million naira, a duplex for 70 million naira, and you're giving out that duplex a year for maximum 4.5 million naira. That's if it's in a hop rise area. Excuse me. Maximum 4.5 million naira. How many years before you even make back your own profit? How many years? People are not looking at these things. People are not reasoning these things when they go into business, and those are the most important things you need to reason out before going into any business. Not just because you have passion for it. How long will it take for me to get back my capital, and is this business sustainable? And then after getting my capital, how long will it take for me to now double my capital? Because you don't just do business and then only focus on profit. No, 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 no. After getting your capital, you invest some of your capital back again, so that at least the profit that will be coming will now be higher. That's business for you. Those are some of the things you'll be learning from me every month, because like I said, I will be with you for 12 whole months. All right, 12 whole months. Okay, so we have agreed that that is a good business. But do you also know that in this snail farming business that can be fetching you up to 500k, you don't even need up to 2 million naira to start. Not 2 million, not 1.5, not 1 million. You can start this business with as low as 400, 600, 700. You can even start it with 150, but trust me, you won't be making up to 500,000 naira. If you start with 150 alone, you won't be making up to 500. I'm not going to lie to you. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. If you start with just 150, you won't be making up to 500, but you will still make something substantial. You have to start from somewhere, right? You don't have to start making 500k from the beginning. You can build your way up to it. You can build to it. Don't wait till you are able to start making that 500,000. No, no, no. Build up to it. That's business. Not most persons have millions to put into business. Majority of us started small and grew from there. So you too can do that. All right. So before we get to the testimonials, now for you to get into this training, there are only two ways. It's either you go through the hard way where you go to YouTube, watch a bunch of random videos, and then start doing it yourself, do the trial and error, which is also a good thing if that's your own decision. Or you go through this not so difficult way by allowing me to work with you, train you, and mentor you till you start making profit. Please, which would you prefer? Number one, you do it your way, or number two, you do it by me overseeing your business, following you up, mentoring you. So please let me know which one you would choose. Number one or number two? Number one or number two? Please drop it in the comment section. Number one or number two? Now, here are a few things you need for you to get into my training. You cannot just get in. Number one, you need patience and ready to learn. You should be ready to learn. Number two, you should know that this is not a get rich quick scheme. This is pure business, meaning you have to put in the work. Number three, readiness to implement everything I teach you, not going outside to go and do what you like. You should be ready. You are ready to implement everything that I teach you. And the last but not the least, you are ready to take action. If this is you, then this is it. You see that over 1 million naira that you're supposed to pay, you're not paying all of that. You're paying 35,000 naira only to get into these 8 days of training. And not just that, to get my 1 year free mentorship. See, only my 1 year mentorship is over 100,000 though. It's 180,000 for 1 year mentorship. So imagine you getting it for 35,000. This is a cheat. This is a cheat. So you're going to be paying into our company's account. All right. It's a UBA account. You can see the account on the screen. I'm also going to type it and post it on this chat right now. I'm also going to post it in the WhatsApp group for those of you that are in the WhatsApp group. All right. The account name is Megtest Agro. Megtest Agro. And I'm working with the first 25 persons that are getting on board. Megtest Agro. All right. Let me type and send it in the group. Let me type and send it in the group. Sorry, on the chat here. Okay. Please, for those of you in the group, after making your payment, sending your proof of payment to the group. All right. We're doing everything openly. No mago mago. All right, let me type this and post it here. The account is UBA. And the account number is 10293 102 934 102 934 9152. I hope I'm correct. 102 934 9152. And the name is Megtest Agro. And the amount is 35,000. So after making payment, you're going to send your proof of payment to the group. All right, the WhatsApp group. Let me pin it. Let me pin this message so that it will be at the top. All right, I've pinned it so you can all see it. All right, 35,000. It's a very good deal. Very, very good deal. Only the mentorship alone as is like 5 times this amount. Yeah. Do you know what it means to mentor you for 1 whole year? 1 whole year. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. We are not joking. Oh. We are not joking. Oh. All right. So the moment you do, you're sharing your proof of payment in the group. 25%, please don't forget. 25%. So while that is going on, let's get some questions, right? But before we even get the questions, where were we? All right. So, okay, somebody's saying it doesn't have the account is pinned and it's on the screen. The account is pinned and it's on the screen. For those of you who are shy, like some of my students that say they don't want to share their payment proof in a group, oh yeah, you send it to our official number. Okay, this is mectest official number 080 255 39238. 080 255 39238. All right, so you see that you're sending directly to this number or you're sending it to the WhatsApp group. I mean your proof of payment. Okay, I mean your proof of payment. Okay, so let's take a few questions. So those of you who had questions before, please, let's start. Let me quickly post. Those of you who had a few questions, ask your questions now. Somebody's asking, okay, can a person who isn't I don't really understand your question. Proper gardening for rearing also pay ahead for the registration. I don't understand. I think you're trying to say if you don't have the proper housing now, can you still pay? Is that what you mean? Yes. Yes, you can. It is from the training you will know how to even get the proper setting for your snails. You cannot get the proper settings by being on your own. Okay? Somebody said, well, tomorrow will be too late. You would have to ask tomorrow to find out. Please, ma, I didn't understand what you said, ma. Which part? Which part didn't you understand? Okay, somebody says, which days will the class be fixed? The truth is, my classes are quite flexible. You know, I'm dealing with professionals, people who are into different businesses or different jobs. So the classes are quite flexible. That's what you need to know. You will not miss out on anything. I work with your schedule. Even though it's online, it is still very flexible. So you can and will go through it effortlessly. Okay, that's what you need to know. You won't miss a thing. You won't miss one thing. Okay, what I said about choosing one to two. Okay, I was asking if you would like to go through YouTube watching random videos and trying to figure it out yourself, which is number one. And number two, would you like me to hold your hand, teach you, and still mentor you for 1 whole year till you start making profit? That's number two. So which do you choose? Number one or number two? That's why people were choosing. Okay. How long does it take to reach maturity? I've already explained that maturity, first of all, is relative. Okay. A jumbo size snail is mature. A table size is mature. What's it called now? Point of lay is mature. Juvenile is mature. All snails are mature enough for consumption. So maturity means to you what your customer needs. Okay, what does your customer want? Like I stated, it takes a grower snail 18 months to reach jumbo size. But in this training, we're not waiting for 18 months before you start making profit. All right, there's a secret I'm going to show you. Okay, what is the starting date? You will get that confirmation in the group, don't worry. Is it not better we get the house ready before the training? You're getting the house ready while the training is going on. Don't worry yourself. Don't be in a hurry. Yes, you are in the right spot. Finally, you are at the right place finally, but take it easy. You don't have to be in a hurry. You will learn everything in due course. Okay? We'll take things one step at a time and you learn everything. All right? Before the training is over, your housing system is ready. Somebody say, if I start by August, before the end of this, before the end of this, my money don't come back. Exactly. 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 Okay, what's the source of calcium for snails? Different sources that we can't get into right now. Different sources. Not just one, not three, not five. Different sources that we can't get into right now. How long does it take for an egg to hatch? Minimum 21 days. Minimum 21 days. A minimum of 21 days. All right, while the questions are coming in, let's watch one of the reviews from a student of mine.
Morning, my fellow millionaires. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for having me here again.
I'm gone. Okay, can you hear the video?
Good morning, my fellow millionaires. Good morning, my fellow millionaires. Good morning to everyone. Thank you for having me here again. I remain my humble self, Comrade Most Innocent Chukwuka from Aniocha North, precisely Iseluku. I want to do this little video this morning to still encourage us on this our business. I want to tell you people that the thing is working. This morning and yesterday, my egg, my snail was able to give me another 10 big eggs. And
Can
this
you people
morning,
hear him?
cleansing and feeding the snail, I decided to do this video. And this is my baby Ashley's, my baby snail. My baby snail is my baby.
Are you seeing the snails?
See
Are you seeing the
the
snails?
snails.
Over
increasing
1,500
every day.
snails here.
You can see it.
Sorry, over 500 snails here,
It's up
starting
to,
with just
in fact, I
200
cannot be
pieces
able to count it now. It's
in
almost
just a
500
few months.
baby snails that is here this morning when I wake up to. depends. The thing is
Okay, they
good.
say it's not clear. All
It's
right, I
really
think I
good.
would
It's really
post
good.
it in the group as
Well
well.
done, Coach Mary, having this vision and bringing it to our knowledge. I pray that God will help us to do this business and gain the profit. I appreciate God and appreciate everyone that are into this
The volume
business.
is so low, and I wonder why. I'm wondering why. All right. Any other question? Not audible enough. Don't worry, I will share it in the group. I'll share it in the group. I'll share it in the group. So, your questions. I'm ready for your questions. Come in with your questions. Okay, the WhatsApp number 080 255 39238. It's on the screen now. It's on the screen now, the WhatsApp number. Okay, somebody says, I have tried to raise snails for 4 years. Please, I want trust you to help me make money. That's why you're here. You're here so that I can help you make money. That's why you're here. And that's what I'm here to help you do. That is what I am here to help you do. All right? How can one identify loamy soil? Loamy soil is mostly dark in color, all right? And not just that, um, it doesn't retain water too much. Okay, when you pour water on loamy soil, some of the water will still go out, but some will be retained. Now, if you're not careful, you will mistake it for clay soil. Although clay soil is quite thick, it doesn't let water out at all. Water does not pass through the soil. And if you're not careful, you can mistake it for sandy soil as well. But for sandy soil, when you pour water, the whole water passes out almost in no time. That's not the best soil. The loamy soil is mostly dark. Although I've constructed farms for people in areas where there are red soils, but it's loamy. Okay, so if you are in such areas too, you should know that it's loamy. There's a difference between sandy soil and loamy soil, and um, there's a way you can also get to what's it called now? Mixed soil, mix the soil with wood ash to make it more loamy or to make it more suitable for your snails. Okay. Somebody says 25 the maximum number to register. If I'm feeling generous, if I'm feeling generous, we can increase. But for now, it's 25. I came in late. Please, is 35,000 the training cost for one person? Yes, please. Yes, it's for one person. Ah, it's for one person now. Okay. Somebody said I should repeat the WhatsApp number. The WhatsApp number is on the screen. Okay. The one marked red, that number on the screen is the WhatsApp number. Somebody is saying yes. What are you saying yes to, please? I'm going to open the group. All right. We'll open the group shortly, very shortly, so that you can start sending in your proof of payments. All right. Let me just take out time to answer all the questions first. Okay. Okay, 25 persons means that's the number I want to work with. Okay. Is that clear enough? Now, I already said this before. If you know you're not willing to implement, or rather, you should be ready to implement what you're learning. Okay, 1 minute. You should be willing to implement what you're learning. Knowledge without implementation cannot give you results. Okay. Okay, where are you located? Oh, I'm in River State, but I'm a Bielsa person. I'm an Ijo woman from Bielsa, but I reside in River State. All right. Okay, somebody say having a snail farm at home, any health risk for the residents? Not at all. Not at all. I'm going to share my home farm with you. And I was pregnant when I had that home farm. So if it had any health risks at all, I wouldn't have done it. I wouldn't have done it at all. If there were any health risk, I wouldn't have done it. You know that. So this is me telling you, you don't have anything to worry about. Okay. Where is your location? I'm in River State, Port Harcourt, precisely. I'm also going to share my office address with you for those of you who would like to come for a visit. Okay. Don't worry, no funny joke here, no funny play here. This is all real. This is all real. Okay, what soil will people in Abuja use? Still the loamy soil. Still the loamy soil. How can we in Ogun State get the snails? Ah, Ogun State is close by now. Ogun State here. Me that send snails even to Cameroon. I've sent over 4,000 snails to Cameroon by baskets. See those baskets we saw during the webinar? I've sent 5,000, no, 4,000 snails to Cameroon at some point. At another point, I think 25, then one other one, 500. Someone even requested for snails in Burkina Faso recently. That one was just 500 pieces. So anywhere you are, but there might be a country you can be in that might not. If you're in Ghana, I can't send snails to you because the AM might not work very well there like the AA will. Okay, but if you're in Cameroon, Burkina Faso, um, Togo, what else? Uh, um, Benin, yeah, I can send to you. So if I can send to such countries, within Nigeria is easy peasy. Can you please tell me the cost of the training? It's 35,000. This is the cost of the training, 35,000. Okay, let me share those videos I promised. All right. Those videos that were not playing very well in here. Let me share them in the group. And also, so do we have more questions? Okay, we have more than three types of snails, oh, but as a Nigerian, the best one you can farm is the AM. And depending on your location, I will tell you which of the AM to go for, because we have two main subspecies. Okay, but let me give you one very peaceful, very there's a word I'm looking for, very important advice. If you are in Ogun State, don't farm AMS. If you are in Ogun State, don't farm AMS. But don't worry, I'll be working with you for up to a year. So these are the things I will be letting you know. When I know your location, I will tell you the exact species of snail you should be farming. Okay? So don't worry. Is there another batch for the training? Please, let's work with this batch that we have right now. Okay, let's not run ahead of ourselves. I'm from Abeokuta, Ogun State. How can we get stock to rare from you after training? That is not a problem. Like I said, I send even outside this country. So people with me in the same country is not a problem at all. The person we're listening to. Okay, in fact, let me see if I can play. Some of you saw our advert actually. Let's listen to this.
My name is Rabi Grace. I'm a retired officer. I stay in Ijebu in Akuru, in Ijebu, North Local Government of the state. I met Mary Snail farming online. After studying it, I realized that I can be in the group because the group of people that can do the snail rearing are the working class, the retired, the students, and the jobless. So I paid for the training. During the training, I realized that I can cope and do the business. After the training, I decided to have my pen and my pen. This is my pen. Yeah, I have. After consulting the pen, I purchased the snail. I purchased 150 snail, and I started the business. Those are the snails. They are supposed to be under the mulching material. These are the pens, the snails. We started in July, and this by now we have realized a lot. The snail has started laying eggs. They started laying eggs, and which the eggs are the bonus for the farmer, apart from the snakes. Today, when I will pay the instruction of my coach, I saw 182 eggs when I scoped the stand of the snake. The ashes are here. These are the ashes. The ashes. I see the ashes there.
This is the testimony of one of our trainees, and this is what our training is all about. Teaching you not just how to farm snails, but how to succeed in snail farming, starting from the tiniest of details to the most elaborate of them. So join our training today and join those that are making testimonies just like this, and you will be one of them. See you in class.
Okay, so those of you who saw that testimonial just now, that my student is from Ogun State. She's from Ogun State and she's succeeding in it. All right, so back to the payment. Okay, so are there more questions? Somebody say any relationship with snake and snails? No, 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 not at all. They sound alike, but they are not the same. Oh my God, some of you are so funny. Not at all. Okay. Can't it be done from rented house? Of course. Of course. I was living in a rented apartment when I told you. In fact, I'm trying to upload that my house farm. I'm coming, please. I'm coming. I'll share that with you shortly. Rented apartment, of course. If you have a spare room, if you have a veranda that you can place it, or a small space in your backyard. Okay. I'm trying to upload it. My network is a bit down. Sorry, please. Is it possible for us to get copies of the lectures? Yes. Yes. The way we do it, not only will you have access to get mentorship from me for a year, you also get access to the training materials for a whole year too. Okay. Okay, somebody says, I would like to start immediately, but the money I'm expecting is in August. Please, how do I get into the training? That is why I need to work with you. Okay, get into the training. Get into the training. And then when I start doing the one-on-one call, I will talk with you extensively and then we start up. Okay, I'm not going anywhere. Don't worry, I'm here. Okay, you have not answered me. Where are you chatting from? I've said that over and over again. I'm in River State, Port Harcourt, Rumodumaya, actually. If the floor is cemented before, can you pour the loamy soil and rear your snails? No, 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 no. I stated it earlier. You don't just buy snails, uh, bring them, drop them on the ground and start feeding. No, they have different houses that you should put in there. Okay, different housing systems. And I'm going to teach you how to construct each and every one of them. So when you learn all of them, you will now go for the one that is suitable for you based on your capital. Okay, what is the right soil? The loamy soil. Okay, loamy soil. You have access to this training for 1 full year. Okay, so I think we should end the live right now. Okay, those of you who still have questions, you can ask in the WhatsApp group while you are sharing your proof of payment. Okay, the group will be opened shortly. so you can share your proof of payment and then get access into the group. I'm going to tell you how you can get access into the group. Now, when you share your proof of payment, nobody is going to chat you up privately, okay? Every decision that will be taken about this training will be in the group. I will tell you exactly what to do on how to get into the paid training. So please, you see this number I just called out, save it. Please save that number. Okay, that's my official number, and that's the number that I will be chatting with. All right, 080-255-39238. Some persons might be fraudulent to go and use my profile picture. Please don't mind anybody. Some people have even mistakenly called me the group admin to tell me that there's a there's a meeting or there's a training going on, not knowing that I'm the group admin. Some persons can be very funny. While you're here to get business done, some persons are just looking around looking for people to scam. So please be careful. Chat only in the group and listen to me alone. Okay, and this number I just mentioned is the number that you'll be listening to, 080-255-39238. So when you save the number, it will be easy for you to identify when I'm the one chatting. All right, you can either store it as Mary or you can store it as Mectes, which is the company's name. Anyone works. Okay, so please go ahead and save the number. Yes, I've put the number on the screen again. 080-255-39238. Okay? Go ahead and save that number. I will also save your number, don't worry. I will also save your numbers. May God bless and protect you. Oh, God bless you too. God bless you. God protect you as well. Don't worry, we're going to do great things. Great, great things together. We are doing great things together. Don't worry yourself. All right, let me kindly drop everything here. All right. Sorry, it's just my network that is slowing down a little. That's why we need to end the call, the live call, so that I can focus on these things I'm posting in the group. All right. Please, can I use the tiles room? No, 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 no. It's a no. Don't worry. Like I said, you will learn how to construct their housing system. Okay? You will learn how to construct it. The way I will teach you in details, if you can hold hammer and nail, you will do it yourself. Yes, we are through for today. The next day is the day one of the in-depth training. So let's call it a night. Thank you so much, everyone. I really appreciate you all for being here. Thank you so much. Thank you for taking out time to come here and listen to this presentation. Thank you. Somebody said the presentation is too rich. Oh, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Thank you. So make your payments. Please don't let this opportunity pass you by. Don't let this opportunity pass you by. Okay. Make your payment and join the in-depth class. That's the only way you can make good money from this business. Some of you might have gone through a lot of training before, but you can attest to the fact that this particular training is different. Just from this intro, you know that it's different. So please join the in-depth class and learn how you can start making good money from snail business and not just watching from the sidelines. Okay. So I'll see you all in the in-depth class. Please, I want to see all of you inside. All of you. All right. So thank you so much once again and good night. We'll see you in the group. Okay. I will be in the group. I'm not going to sleep yet. I'll be in the group. All right. So thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye bye for now. Bye everyone. All right, let's end the call. All right. Bye. Okay, somebody said, where is the woman that gave the last testimony? Is from like, sorry. Okay, she's from Ogun State. Ilagboru. Yes, that's how she mentioned it. Ilagboru in Ogun State. All right, so bye for now. See you all in the group, okay? See you. Some persons say they are having issues doing transfer this night. Okay, you have the grace till tomorrow as well. Okay? You have the grace till tomorrow. All right. Thank you. Love you all. Bye. Bye bye. Where is my end button? Okay. God bless you too. God bless you too.